That's how you can tell I'm tired.
Pat, don't you ever hit the table like that again.
I'll do whatever I damn well please, Peter.
You stupid girl. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you again for joining us here on a beautiful
I like it better when I can't hear you.
Saturday night pregame. And we're doing a podcast on a Saturday. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
We're one man down, but that's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us here. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Podcast SNP. Please hit that subscribe, that like button, that notification.
Yeah, ring the bell. Ring the bell for Peter.
Ring! I don't hear any bells ringing, Chris.
I don't have any bells. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
You want to ring the bell? Ding, ding.
That's
the end of
best
Rocky 3.
of the Rockies. No, is it 3?
Yeah, that's when he fights the Apollo Creed at the end.
Whoa, I thought you said something else.
That's when Apollo Creed teaches Rocky out to how to move his feet.
Oh, boys, we looking good. I like looking at the camera. It's recording. The lights are bright tonight.
Oh, it is.
Boys, Chris, how we doing?
Terrific.
Is that course light helping?
It is. It's a little tired. I almost hit the stop button on after the music went off, so, gotta be a little careful here.
You did start off with a bump up.
I did.
That's good. That's good. All right, let's start with some karma here, Pat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're walking out of Pat's poor guy's got to see us most days or every weekend for sure, way too long, and he's a trooper. And today we're leaving. We're all a little giddy. It's a Saturday night. We got some great plans for tonight. We're gonna get a little ramen. We're gonna get a little drink on. Nothing crazy. And I decide to lighten up the mood as Pat and our other buddy are leaving because Chicago had a little bit of snow. It's mostly melted, so today was a perfect packing snow weather.
Perfect.
I haven't thrown a snowball. It's got to be at least a year. And Pat, sitting at his car, threw one, totally missed, didn't even get close. So I was like, I got to get better than that. So I put my stuff in the car and on top of the car. I grab a snowball, make this beautiful, beautiful snowball. It was packed perfectly. I hit Pat's car in between my buddy and Pat, and it splattered.
The reason we're there is because there's some weird shit on my cars. That's what I was looking at.
Yep. Yeah.
Which you might put on
pooped
there.
on his car.
No, it was like I think it was from tar almost. I don't know what was on there.
Yeah. And I got Pat and I got Gavin perfectly. I'm so excited. Jumped in my car, grabbed my coffee, super excited, pulling out of there, bat out of hell. Realized I need to get gas. Of course, I hate that. That's the worst when you're leaving work and you got to get gas. Grab some gas. As we're leaving the gas station, I hear a thunk, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And I was like, so I stopped the car, I actually put it in park. I looked around, didn't see it. Didn't see anything, I mean. And so, we're driving. We're getting close. We're 5 minutes from the highway. And I get a notification on my watch that says your iPad is no longer with you. And I'm like, oh, I thought I left it at the office. I actually thought it was in my bag, first of all, because I knew I brought it. I thought I brought it because I had some notes for tonight, which of course I don't have now.
Nice.
I see where the story's going.
Yep. And I was like, son of a gun. And we're getting home and I'm like, no, I know I didn't do this. I know I didn't because I have my coffee in the car. I put my coffee on top. So why would I have missed both or one and not the other? So I'm like, okay, there's no way. And then I'm like, I'm worried as all can get out. So I get close to my house and I do where's my iPad on my iPhone? It's sitting. I could see it sitting at the gas station. And I'm like, son of a bucket. So I call my uncle. I'm like, yo, can you just quickly take a real quick gander at it? And he gets over there and finds it in like 2 seconds and not broken at all. Super
impressive.
Blessed. Super blessed. It was karma for throwing a snowball. And then God was like, hey, we're going to give you a break on this one, but don't be a douche on.
And mind you, Peter did it last Sunday too, where he left his drink on top of the Mercury, and we got to the stop sign by the hospital over there, and all of a sudden you got this brown liquid coming down my
wild cherry, zero Pepsi, and I was so
coming
excited
down my
for
window.
That. I was so excited for that.
So maybe lesson learned is not put things on top of your car.
Yeah, no, or just don't be an idiot and just.
Well, I mean, this is you, so let's go.
I mean, this is also like 8 hours of work, brain drain.
Put the things in the car.
Just exhausted, and everything else went in the car. Just somehow my iPad
got a whole
decided.
back seat, you can just fill it all up with stuff.
iPad decided to go on top. I don't know.
Pat, you're saying very logical things, but like he said, once you get to
8 hours of
sleep, or like when you're running on fumes from taxes all week, you're working late, you're doing taxes. Sometimes you forget that you put stuff there. You leave your keys on the desk downstairs, or
instant karma.
Yeah,
instant karma.
Did you leave your keys?
No, I have my keys, thank God. But normally I
lost my
leave
keys
my
last
keys
week. So it's kind of a running thing here. But like talking about last week,
some air tags and all your stuff so you don't lose anything.
last week was a fun time. We
Jack, you like a
what we did.
medieval times.
Oh, you're right.
Medieval times.
If you check out Instagram, you can see a beautiful $40 mug that you had to purchase.
Oh, you got the mug? You didn't get the glass?
I got glass. Yeah, I got the glass. Chris
I
got
the bigger glass of yours, the 32-ouncer, baby.
Yeah, and it was, but
This
those
is a big man.
and it was, but medieval times. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you've not been to medieval times and you have the opportunity, I don't think they're in every state.
There are several around the country, though.
It is a fun time. Chicken was out of, when you look at the pictures, you're like, oh, this might be
some Nene chicken.
Yeah, Nene chicken, and it was phenomenal. Bones popped right off. It was pulled chicken, pretty much. Phenomenal. Got a little skimpy on the one garlic bread. One potato skin, pretty much.
Well, we are peasants there, so you know.
We were nobility, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
our night sucked, but we were nobility.
Well, we were in the crappy night section.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, our night. So we had a really good time cheering our little heads off. I was so lightheaded from all the cheering that we were doing for a night that was just.
We cheered our jailhouse boobies off for that guy, and he lost every single.
There were times where you're watching these things and it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then when it gets to almost like WWE wrestling, you're like, all right, like, okay.
I mean, it's for kids, so
I get it, but it's like okay.
You can tell the farther you went, the guys were better at making it look better. Like the early guys, like the guys that our guy that died first.
Our guy was the last one to fight in the first round.
Yeah, and he wasn't. But you could tell their fight lasted like 15 seconds. So
because he sucked.
The other two guys were at the end where they went off for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was super fun. Not something I think you could do every year. I think that's maybe like once every 5 years.
I don't know. You talk to people that do it every year on Valentine's Day.
Well, they had like 8 bottles of wine too.
Well, and that's how you have fun with it, baby. And then me, Chris, and Joe went downtown Chicago, beautiful city, and had a nice little birthday party for Brian.
His best friend did not show up. He was pretty upset.
He did text me
and didn't even wish him a happy birthday.
And I didn't even get the right day for happy birthday.
I felt bad about that one. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh. That's all right, ladies and gentlemen.
I did feel bad about that one. I just lost track of the days, and then
that's a Pat Lynch.
Yeah.
I felt bad about that one. I'm usually really good about that. I just felt bad. I did feel bad about that.
And then Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. I was actually
Super Bowl.
I was okay. I wasn't too hungover, which is great. Food was good.
Bowl.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt my burgers were not right, not the consistency I wanted, and I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if it was the ground beef from Walmart or if that I put in a little bit of Italian sausage to kind of give it a little bit more of a flavor to it, and it just for me it wasn't right. So next year, definitely just gonna go back to straight hamburger meat.
Straight ground beef from the Costco.
Yep. But I'm not gonna lie, we had them a couple days this week, and they were still pretty good. So it wasn't like terrible, but it was like it wasn't prime time, Pat.
They were good. Everything was pretty good, I thought.
The pizza puffs were good. The beef was phenomenal. Bad bread though. You gotta get that long French roll.
Yeah, I should have got one.
Yeah, that's all right. It happens.
You could take the L on that one, Pat.
I won money on the Kansas City, and our S&P fan was very close. They were, I think, like a minute away from winning. I think the first subscriber. Thank you guys for staying too. You didn't just came in and got out. So we appreciate you.
You're welcome, Peter. No problem.
That person would have won some money, and but I mean, no one won twice, which is good. That's always nice. One guy hasn't.
Didn't I win twice the one year?
Yeah, you won.
Yeah, but nobody won twice this year is what he's saying.
And then John Jacob has not responded at all to me.
I'll take his money if he doesn't want it.
No, I sent it to him, but he didn't even say thank you. Didn't say nothing. It's like, dude.
Perhaps he's walking around like the cock of the walk.
Oh yeah, he's won 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
He's like a Ligma, Chris Ligma.
I go to bed on Sunday night. I pick him up. I go to bed. It's like 10:30. Get back. He comes knocking on my door at 11:30. He's like, "You like that?" I'm like, "Who is this?" He's like, "Yeah, you like that? I want 150, bitch."
I got to get him some money. He does have Venmo too. I got to send some cash. What was I going to say? So what would you guys think? Let's start with, what did you guys think of the game?
I thought it was a good game. It was a little anticlimactic at the end, but it was a good game.
It was fun.
It was an entertaining game.
It definitely was entertaining.
Yeah. What did you at halftime? I thought it might have been a blow. I thought Philly I thought their defense had the opportunity to step up and blow out Kansas City.
Kansas City, whatever they figured out the magic code for the defense in the second half. They scored on all their possessions. So
yeah, and you know what's funny? I bet on Kansas City thinking they were going to win, but I also could definitely see Philadelphia.
I think Philadelphia was a more talented team overall.
Yeah, I wonder what happened with their defense.
They
I wonder what it was.
I think they just got they got a little something like a little gun shy on it.
Or maybe and not going as offensively, maybe trying to run too much run in the clock and giving the ball back.
They didn't seem as aggressive in the second half in defense, and they're playing. They seem they were playing more zone to play. They're playing not to lose instead of trying to win.
The other thing I think is they got into they played Kelsey a lot, like double teamed him, and for whatever reason that left a lot of guys on 1-on-1, and that
And they were losing those matchups.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Their non-script receivers won those matchups.
Yeah.
I think Pat's right. I think they kind of played just not to lose the game, and they thought if they get inside the 20, we can stop them there and hold them to 3, which they couldn't do at any stage of that game.
There were two plays where both receivers were wide open. I mean, not Pat Lynch could have walked in. At that point.
No, exactly. But I think that's what they thought they could do.
On the one goal line, I thought Reed had where he set up the play like he did the first play when they knew they were going to throw the way, and he set up the next play, and the guy was wide open.
Yeah,
and it's just like wow.
And then he got the Matt Nagy ring around the Rosie play.
And he's like, all right, man, no more calling plays for you.
But here's the thing: there was he's
going to be the offensive coordinator next year.
There is a great. Well, no, because what's his face is going
the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders because he's going to full.
So
because he can't get away from Andy Reid's.
He's obviously not calling plays.
He can't get out of Andy Reid's shadow.
I mean, Nagy's obviously not calling plays next year.
And, they were talking about that. Who was it? Stephen A. Smith was giving Andy Reid garbage or calling out Andy Reid because anytime Andy Reid is calling plays, he makes it known. And it's like, I don't know that. I guess I'm not that.
I mean, I get why Bieniemy, is that how you say his name right?
I don't know.
Bieniemy.
Yeah, I get why he branched out to try to but I don't think Washington's great fit to do that in.
Is it going to be Heineke for
no,
the?
It's going to be Sam Howell. Looks like right now, unless they draft somebody.
And was he the ending starter?
Yeah, he's like a fourth rounder or something like that. I mean, in their offense, Rivera's been on record saying he wants a 2-to-1 run to pass ratio, and that's not a Kansas City offense by any means. So who knows what kind of offense they're running.
But he said
that sounds like the Bears offense from this past year.
But that's what what's his face said. Ron said he was going to allow him to have full autonomy.
If I was Bieniemy, I would allow to try to get that Baltimore job if you're going to branch out.
Yeah, but that depends on if you're getting Lamar Jackson. But if you don't get Lamar Jackson, what are you doing?
Franchise him.
Yeah, they're going to franchise tag him.
Are they really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I thought that was kind of Andy Reid is. I mean, he's just a genius, and we'll find out though. But you're right because who knows? Because they've done very well when it was Mahomes, that offensive coordinator, and Andy Reid.
I mean, Andy Reid's had a long history of being good on offense.
Yeah, that's true. For whatever reason they were
those guys on the Eagles.
You know what's crazy? I also saw that the two coordinators from Philadelphia both got.
Yep.
And then the
defensive coordinator that was really stretching after that pitiful display in the second half. But he's had a good year all year. That's got those Nagy vibes written all over right there. When Nagy had that terrible playoff game against whoever they're playing in Kansas City, and then he got hired by the Bears. Should have known.
Could have been, I guess.
Should have known.
But that game. So out of recent Super Bowls, I think about the Patriots come back on Atlanta. I think about Tom Brady beating Kansas City.
I mean, last year was really close with Kansas, with
Burrow, Cincinnati,
and the Rams.
So they've all been pretty good. I don't remember the last time it was
the one where the Seahawks laid the wood to the Broncos, or was it the other way around?
No, it was
Broncos won.
The Seahawks laid the wood to.
It was like 40-0 at like halftime.
Yeah.
Was that with Peyton Manning too?
Yeah, that was with Peyton Manning. That was the year Peyton Manning was saying all those records, and then they got somebody bet gain a safety on the first play, and that was the first score of the game.
And then the next year,
but I thought
the next year his arm was shot, and then they still won the championship.
Who was
that was 2 years later.
Who was the defensive lineman at that point that was killing it? There was one guy that was insanely dominant, wasn't it? I always thought that it was.
Didn't they have Michael Bennett at that time?
Yeah, it was Bennett, and then they had the Legion of Boom. They had some other guys. They had some rotational guys.
Maybe that was
Irvin
it.
Guy was good, and. Yeah. But their secondary was so good that they had all the time in the world to rush the passer.
Yeah. No, it was good. There was good teams, and then I did Russell Wilson win 2? No, he won 1.
No, he only won 1 because he lost to the Patriots.
You're right. Yes, they should have. I remember that one because that was an insane blizzard.
Yeah,
in Chicago. So, but no, that's cool. And I thought so. Let's go into commercials. What was your favorite commercial? Maybe or which one? You thought was the most memorable or did the best or whatever?
I got 2.
I still like the baby ones. That's oldie but a goodie there.
You like okay? All right. I can see that. Chris, what do you think?
I got the premature electrification.
The second one, I like that.
Okay,
one.
let me think about that
clever.
one. Oh, yes.
So
Yeah. Yes.
That one was good.
That was good.
And then I like the Coors Light, Miller Lite, Blue Moon commercial.
Yes, I like that one too.
I liked it till the end when the Blue Moon popped in.
I just thought it was like you can remember that commercial where the guys are fighting and then all of a sudden at the end, there's a Blue Moon commercial.
That's a pretty good one. One I didn't understand was the M&Ms and the lady and the clams.
Rudolph one.
Yeah, clams. Why? It still makes no sense to me.
I thought wasn't it because they had like a huge they were.
No, I get. Why
they were getting rid of the M&Ms, right? And
yeah,
then they
but
were,
why did she come out with the clam M&Ms? Like,
so they could make her be like. It's kind of like wrestling where they make her a heel.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I was just like, I was dumbfounded then why they would waste money on that. I also thought the Fox ones. I know that's memorable when you're bad, but those 2-second Fox ones where the guy he's got like a midday show or a morning show now or something.
Oh, the late night show.
Yeah, there you go.
You know which one I liked? I liked the one where Tubi made everybody in America think that their channel got changed.
I immediately knew right away. I'm like, all right, guys.
Well, when I was looking at Peter and he's like, Blake was watching, I'm like, how's Peter controlling my TV with his watch?
I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait, what's going on the TV here?
The dumbest thing. I immediately said, guys, this is a commercial. And everybody's like, and I'm like, it's a freaking commercial, guys. Like, I can't believe
they had Greg Olson, man.
You got to be paying attention to know that was a commercial.
Yeah, I wasn't paying close attention, and I popped up like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, if you're not if you weren't paying attention or you were in your phone and all of a sudden you look up and you see Tubi on your TV, which is a good move on their part because at that point you're probably thinking like, yeah, okay, somebody changed my channel, or I mean like you got like the lead in with Greg Olson there.
Yeah,
it's a good thing. It was a good ploy by them to kind of put their name out on the commercial.
What was I going to say? The guys from Scrubs with John Travolta.
That wasn't bad.
I just love the guys from Scrubs. I hope they figure out another show for them. Those two guys are amazing together.
Johnny Travolta, man, looking great at 70.
Looking amazing.
My favorite part is that Kristen Miller, Travolta hasn't been bald for the last 40 years.
They had no clue.
Yep. You know that guy's got like all the commercial pilot licenses.
Yeah. He's got a 7. He has his own jet, like a real jet, like a commercial
that can't
jet.
be cheap. Dude, planes in general are not cheap.
Scientology gets you that money, man.
Yeah, they got that one guy, the guy from that '70s show. What's
his name? Has all the Cruise has all jets too. He's a pilot too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But no, I'm talking but Scientology's done like they're crazy. Like they got the guy from that '70s show. Like he got a mistrial in his first one. Like it's crazy. Like how is I?
You haven't seen the leader's wife in like 15 years.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What was I really enjoyed the Will Ferrell one. I thought that was good.
That was good. The zombie one. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
I did like that.
I'm trying to think. There was one more that I thought was pretty good. Oh, the Breaking Bad. I enjoy.
The pop chips.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess if I finished Breaking Bad, I'd probably appreciate that one more.
Oh, it's tough. Better Call Saul was so good, and Breaking Bad. I think they're gonna do another one. I forget what they're gonna do, but they've signed on to do something else.
The Steve Martin, Ben Stiller ones were okay. Like the Pepsi one, that was okay.
I didn't like those.
I get it, but am I acting or am I not?
I just thought it was kind of funny how like Ben Stiller went through all his different characters, and same with and Steve Martin's kind of funny.
Yeah, Steve Martin sold his commercial. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Ben Stiller one.
Oh yeah, no.
I like how he went to like the Zoolander ones and all that kind of stuff.
No, I mean like the characters were cool and everything, but if you would have done the Steve Martin one and didn't have the Ben Stiller one, I think it would have been better.
I can see that.
You know the one that they said brought the most eyes, or the most talked about?
The farmer's dog one?
No.
Okay.
The Amazon one?
What was the Amazon one?
The one where they got the crate?
Oh, no. It was the Jesus one.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't sure if that was national, if I was like, because there are local commercials.
Yes, there were a lot of local.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a local or national.
No, they were. But they got everybody on that one.
$13 million. You know what was one local commercial that I thought was hilarious?
Push it, pull it, tow it. No.
No. No, it was a Blockbuster. The one Blockbuster in Oregon had a commercial.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was like we're still here, like or so, it was like something. But they wanted because they don't really do well. Of course, they don't do that well in DVD sales. You know where they do most of is
video games.
No, swag.
Oh,
T-shirts, hats, stuff like that.
Do you know that someone? You know how they get like DVDs and like they go like buy them at like Walmart.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because I saw there's like I mentioned Netflix about the last one that's in Oregon there, and like the lady will like go and buy like DVDs at like Walmart. That's how they get like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
I wonder how she gets like I bet she's got a candy vendor and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be. I mean, God, that's something.
Back in the days, what you did is
that was a Friday night thing. You would go to the Blockbuster, get yourself a movie or a game, and
some candy. And
I remember Peter and Road Rash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where you punch the cop and then you go driving away?
And then you got to get away from the cop before he knocks you off your bike. No, it was crazy too. And because I remember you used to go get the movie, but then you had to get the candy there. You had to get all the shenanigans. And I think okay, they get the they rent it on demand, but there's you're missing that all the candy and all the shenanigans that you used to get.
Yeah.
I was listening to
Amazon Prime should work on that and get you to drop some candy in your
house. Yes.
You're welcome, Jeff Bezos.
The Tuesdays with Stories, they were talking about how the invention of the iPhone has killed sales of gum and candy, because when you're in line at the grocery store, you're on your phone. You're not typically looking around. So
I'd say candy more than gum, because gum you probably could still use.
But you people used to just be in line and have to be focused. Not focused, but they would just be bored. I could use some gum.
That's when you go to some stores, they make you go through those things with the random shit
that
you don't need.
Yeah, the stupid circle.
The impulse buys, the last second buys that you see.
Old Navy has that, where they have you have to go through all this crap.
You know what the worst thing is? They need to get rid of the sticker prices, because when you go up there at Jewel and you see the candy bar sticker price $2 for a bag of Skittles, nah.
Yeah, that's it. I was looking at Waters. You remember the big ones we used to get, the 1.5s, Chris? What was it?
The Ice Mountains?
Yes. You know how much those are now?
They're not 4 for $5 anymore, so they got to be $2.50.
They're $2.15. I get that. I get
wow.
it. We talk about this a lot. Inflation's insane, but $2.15 for that used to be on a good day you could get that for 99 cents. And then it would be 2 for $3.
But shit, it was 99 cents.
God.
Insane, boys. Insane. All right, well, so we don't have football to segue stuff into. You did have something. Go get in here, baby.
So this week the Bears announced that they completed the purchase of the land at Arlington Heights.
Yeah.
And so I was listening to sports radio a little bit this week, and they had up and I'm totally stealing this from them.
Yes, I probably heard this actually.
So the question was, so they assume, you assume that it's going to take, let's say, 7 years to build a stadium from start to now, and then the next year they would get the Super Bowl, because most teams that open stadiums, they get the Super Bowl the year after they open it.
So you're thinking 2031.
So the question came to be, which do you think if you had to put a sizable bet on something, which would you think is going to occur first? Do you think that the Bears will host a Super Bowl or be in a Super Bowl?
Host.
Damn, that was quick. So you think that? So you have no faith in the team in the next 4 or 5 years?
I have no faith in these owners. No.
Alrighty.
Yeah, no.
I think you're playing the odds. I think it's more of a guarantee that you're going to get the Super Bowl hosting, and the team thing. Obviously, a lot of stuff needs to go right for that to happen. But if you don't make deep runs to the playoffs, then obviously the Justin Fields situation is not working out. If he stays on the team this year, we'll see.
Because of the draft pick.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of smoke. Who knows if it's fire or not? If it's real, or if he's trying to drive up the price of the thing. I hear a lot of you can reset the cap with Bryce Young if you feel that he's as good as Fields, and then you can, you have the 5-year deal with him, and you can trade Fields for some picks.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that going around. But who knows if it depends how you rank Young against Fields. They say Fields would have been ranked pretty high in this, or top of this class if he was coming out of college at the same time. But we'll see.
Yeah, but he was supposed to be top last year too, right? He would have been the top.
Well, last year was a real shit class, wasn't it?
Yeah,
because Fields was 2 years ago with Trevor Lawrence and all those other guys.
I'm trying to think who the hell was drafted last year.
It was Zach. No, Zach Wilson was the.
No, he was his year. Justin Fields
class,
and he's done already. They're looking. I don't think
there was anybody in the first few rounds. Who was the top guy there?
Oh, it was Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
yes.
Pickett. Yeah,
he was the only one.
Late in the first.
So
round.
Justin Fields would have been first last year.
Yeah,
for sure.
Easily. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's a good, interesting thing. I know I have hard. It's a difficult conversation because there's two things. There's two sides to it. I think we've talked about this already, and I don't think we agree on this as much. And there was a lot of sports talk because they did buy the land in Chicago, and I hate the idea that the Chicago Bears are not going to play in Chicago. I bleed Chicago blue. I like that they're that revenues for the city, all the taxes, all the traveling, all the entertainment is in the city. But then I also get why the Bears want to do what they want to do.
People still stay in the city and just go to Arlington Heights later on, I think, at some point.
Yeah, but you lose all that tax revenue. You lose all the money coming in, all the people going to restaurants on Sunday, the bars there downtown, where people want to be around it.
True.
And as a guy who lives in the city of Chicago, who's going to probably live and die in the city of Chicago, it makes me upset.
The city had the land, or there's land where the where the Olympics were supposed to be, and
Yep.
where they had a few concerts at a few times. There's a whole lot of land there, and I don't know if that was never thrown as an idea.
Yep.
I mean, it's just not sustainable for that stadium there because it's not
No,
it's not a
it.
modern NFL stadium at all. I mean, it was terrible when it was like concert where it was like it's awful to walk around in there.
No, I get, but and I also like that Illinois is standing strong on not providing them anything.
Yeah, God, hell no.
Yeah, well, they want to.
No public funds.
They want to do it. They can do it on their own.
Yeah,
Only thing I can see is some of the roads maybe around there to like reinforce that, but that'd be it.
That's an Arlington Heights issue. They can tax the shit out of them for that.
But so and there's a lot of like discussion about that. And people,
I mean, the NFL is one of those things where like there are a lot of teams like the two New York teams play in New Jersey.
That's true.
New Jersey.
The 49ers are like 60, 70 miles outside of San Francisco.
They got to make these teams change their names, like the Angels had to the one time.
The Cowboys are nowhere near there.
Instead of being the Chicago Bears, they're going to be the Chicago Bears of Arlington Heights.
I would
like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah, I mean, until recently, the Rams, like the Rams Stadium, they were playing way out of there too until they got the one in Inglewood.
So you're saying that they should be the Los Angeles Rams of Inglewood?
Sure. Yeah. Or the Los Angeles Chargers of Inglewood.
I got.
How about the St. Louis Rams and the San Diego Chargers?
I got one for you guys. And listening to the podcast today, and I think Pat heard it. It's a Would You Rather actually.
Ooh.
And this was on Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Tony Hawk and Jason
I think I heard
Ellis.
it. I don't remember it exactly.
So that was Tony Hawk that I heard.
Yes. Yeah, Tony Hawk looks pretty good, but he's crazy.
You gotta be a little crazy to skateboard.
Well, I used to skateboard.
But like skateboard his like where like his shit he was trying where you can really hurt yourself.
Definitely. So the Would You Rather would you rather you be 400 pounds or your wife be 400 pounds with the caveat of
they could lose weight, right?
You can lose the 400 pounds. Chris, think about it.
I don't know. That's a toughie.
I'm being skinny.
Oh yeah, you don't want to have to try to. You think Katrina? So you would rather be with somebody who's 400 pounds, and you don't think you could get the 400 pounds off, or do you just what's your? And the best part about that was Tom Segura's wanted to see what your thought process was.
I think that that's a good question.
That is a toughie. I'm telling you, it is a toughie.
I just don't think from health perspective I want to be 400 pounds.
I mean, as somebody who was close to tipping the scales there, I think I wasn't like super close, but I wasn't far away either. It is definitely difficult being that big.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's going to take a long time and a lot of because. But here's the thing: I think how they explained it, I think it's a little different. Is you one day just wake up 400 pounds, so you don't have the bad habits of eating to get to 400 pounds, where you have to break those insanely terrible habits. Where if I was today and tomorrow I just woke up at 400 pounds, I honestly I would just go on the meat. I would go on the carnivore diet for a year. I would quit drinking
and realize that he can only run. Only can run for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
No, listen, like you.
Oh no, I get it. I get what Chris was. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're that big, it puts a lot of strain on your body. You're not running at like the 6 minute mile pace that you are.
You probably can't run a mile.
I mean, you can. There's definitely a spot where you can get.
You're building yourself up.
Exactly, but I mean, like, I was running miles at those stages, but like, I mean, like, you were definitely at a slower pace, and you got to build yourself up. But I mean, I'm probably in Peter's boat where knowing myself, I would rather be the 400 pounds because I know I can lose it.
Did one of them say they just wait for their spouse to die and then move on?
What's up?
Didn't one of the people in the thing say they just rather wait for their spouse to die and move on?
No, I said
that's
that.
What Peter was saying.
I was saying, could you just maybe increase that from 400 and then just let that person die?
Scare
And then have a heart attack? No, I would 100%. No offense to Lauren because she's going to listen to this. I just don't think she would ever get it off, the 400 pounds off. So I would rather do it and lose all the weight.
Also, you got to be very wary of your good friend Gravity in that situation.
Yep. Yeah. So Chris, sounds like you would want to do it. Pat wants Katrina to be 400 pounds, and I would rather be the 400 pound person.
I think I probably have more dedication to get it off between the two, me and Katrina.
Yeah. I just don't see myself having relations with a 400 pound woman.
No.
Personally.
I'd have separate beds. I'd be like the guy in the. I'd be like the parents in.
Your right hand becomes your best friend, right?
I'd be like the parents in Christmas Story, where you had the two separate beds in their room.
Did they? I don't remember that.
Yeah, remember when he goes in to put the the advertisement in for the BB gun and puts the magazine. They have 2 separate beds in that room.
That was
now. Is that sorry? Go ahead, Pat.
That was like an old TV thing.
Yes, but that wasn't. But that movie was made in the 90s, right?
80s,
yeah.
Okay,
and it was based in like the 40s.
So that's why.
But was it actually? Think in the 40s people had separate beds?
Yeah, remember? Do you remember the son-in-law movie with Pauly Shore? Mm-hmm. The dad and mom in that one have separate beds, and they go the line dancing, and at the end of the night, it's like, how about we push the beds together tonight?
Did either of you two watch the second, the new Christmas Story? Well,
No, I'm not.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched it over the holiday season. It was not bad.
Yeah,
not as good as the first one. I'm not gonna say it is, but it's a nice continuation from the first one. It's not a bad movie.
Okay.
There is actually a second one in between that one.
Yeah, that one is crap. Don't watch that one.
I wasn't planning on it, but I definitely saw that.
Really? Is there? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's 3 movies. Like it's like
this one just like that one never happened.
Yeah, because that one's like him when he's 14 or like something.
Yeah, but this one has like the real Ralphie's in it. The guys in it that played him as a kid. He's an adult now.
Yeah, the sequel or whatever the hell they want to call it, that one that doesn't exist or is real garbage, is like it has none of the original cast or anything.
Yeah, so I would recommend it during the holiday season. Give it a little watch. It's a little, sad, but it's nice.
You know what movie me and Lauren watched last night?
I do not.
The Shawshank Redemption.
Silence of the Lambs.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Never seen it.
It puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again.
I know that.
Precious. Give me precious. Dude, when she's walking around in the dark and he's got the night vision goggles on, I'm standing up. I'm like, this has got to end.
Rub your life, bitch. Rub your life.
I'm like, just why would you go in this house without any backup? Nothing. How dumb can you be?
Why would you go downstairs? Why would you go downstairs?
And then I'm like, I'm fighting between the, what are you doing, woman? Why are you doing this? And then the other moment of like, Peter, this is a movie. Calm down. It's a movie. It's a movie. Calm down. And Lauren's like, you okay over there?
You ever seen the other two after that?
No, the next one's Hannibal, right?
Yeah, Hannibal's not bad.
I'm going to watch that.
And the Red Dragon one's okay too. Yeah. They're neither as good as the first one, but they're still not bad. They're worth watching. But the problem is that Julianne Moore becomes Clarice is no longer played by Jodie Foster in the other ones.
Not in the second one either, huh?
No, so the second one is Julianne Moore, and the Red Dragon is actually a prequel to the Silence of the Lambs.
Why did
from the time frame wise?
Why did Jodie Foster stop? Or do you not?
Price and pay her enough.
No, I
got cut cost somewhere, man.
I was stupid. I started with Hannibal Lecter, and I'm like, this seems like I might be missing one. So I went back, and but
Hannibal Lecter, you mean?
Oh, Hannibal. Sorry, and the
first one's good. He's really creepy in that movie.
Yes, but so I started with the first. I started with the second one, not the first one. So I went back and I stopped that and went back. Yeah. Boys, let me tell you what though, the way they treated or the movies in the '80s are a lot different than movies nowadays.
Wasn't that the early '90s?
Yeah, it was early '90s.
Oh, was it '90s? Whatever. It was.
Pierre, you gotta get on this time frame thing, bro.
Whatever it was, things that they said and did to women in movies and how they treated women in movies would definitely not fly today.
I mean, the show
like when Hannibal Lecter she meets the senator in the airport.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Great.
The first time I saw Blazing Saddles and the white people were dropping M-bombs, I'm like, whoa, you can't say that these days.
I'm used to watching boys. You guys talk amongst each other.
Oh boy,
keep this podcast.
Hey Pat Lynch, here's a question for you. Since we're talking about movies, have you seen the trailer for the Apple Plus movie Tetris?
No.
Is
it just like a Tetris game going on?
That's what I thought. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I literally in my head, you ever see the Adam Sandler movie where they bring out like Pac-Man and all those, like it's a video game movie?
I don't think so.
Let me see if I can find it. It's something crazy. Like they have Pac-Man. I think they have Donkey Kong in it. Like they're playing all these games. They got the guy from Peter Dinklage in it, I think, or something like that.
Are you in on the Cocaine Bear movie coming up here?
I do kind of want to see it. I wouldn't go see it. Yeah, I'm not going to pay to see it, but I do kind of want to see it outside of it. But yeah, I thought like when I saw this Tetris movie, I thought literally at first it was going to be Pixels is the name of the movie.
No, I have not seen this.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either, but I thought like literally it was going to be something like that where like somebody gets trapped in the game and they got like all these moving blocks and everything. But no, it's like, I guess like Tetris was created by some guy in Russia. Mm-hmm.
So it's like about the guy that created Tetris?
So no, it's like this guy who's trying to get the rights to sell Tetris to like Nintendo so they can mass produce it because like this guy created it in Russia. The guy worked at some like studio. I only read like a little bit about it. But like he was working at some like health facility, and he was creating games to help people like deal with anxiety or something.
Okay.
And So in Russia during that time, the government owned everything. There was no such thing as like, patents or IPs.
Huh? It's communist, yeah. Very communist.
So like they owned like whatever was created. Like if you created something, say like you were in Russia and you created toilet paper, Russia owned toilet paper, not you.
Right.
So
that's how China is now.
Yeah. So like literally this American guy is trying to go over there and barter with the Communist Party to get the rights to sell.
That's what the movie's about, though?
So, yeah, that's what the movie's kind of about. And it's like, I'm pretty sure they exaggerate the truth a little bit because there's like chase scenes. They're like threatening his family and stuff like this, but it's kind of interesting.
I just don't get I feel like nowadays you just don't get excited for movies like you used to. Like
there's
not many movies like I think John Wick's probably
coming out, baby.
That's the only thing I'm looking forward to seeing right now.
I saw the trailer. It looked good.
And maybe when it looks okay is that one we saw the Bill Burr trailer. But I don't want to go see that in theaters. Like I'll watch it when it comes out.
I mean the other one, the other one that I'm definitely gonna go see John Wick in theaters. I may see, depending on how the trailers come out for. The Machine movie with Burt Kreischer.
Yeah, I'll go see that. You know what I actually want to see? And I might make Lauren go with me? Cocaine Bear.
I'm gonna wait. I don't want to see it in theaters.
I think that might be the dumbest movie ever, but it looks funny. It does.
It looks like
I want to see it. I just I was telling Chris, you missed them when you're upstairs, but like I just don't think I want to see it in theaters.
I'll waste the 15.
I guess I haven't really. There's not the drive. Like, when we were a kid, that's what I did every Friday. Was like you go to see a movie, right?
Oh yeah, but that was like all we
in
had
high
to
school.
do.
Like I guess we drink now, so I guess it's different.
I mean, but not like now.
Movie theaters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now.
Now it's my turn.
What's your turn for what? Oh, to use the ladies' room.
What's the key to this podcast? People, it's just me. I'm the key to the podcast.
Because you just don't drink water. Boys over here drink
a lot of water, man.
Drinking all the water.
I drink a lot of water.
Wait, where was I going to go with that? You know what? Actually, I wanted to bring back to the commercials. I actually thought the Ben Affleck one was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's good.
And they do. Ladies and gentlemen, go check out the YouTube on that. He's got like a 3-minute, and I think maybe it's actually like a 7-minute
thing. I thought
thing.
J-Lo at the end was funny. It was like, give me a Leclerc.
Give me a glaze. Give me a glaze, Cal. But you know what's crazy? I wonder if he played up the Boston accent, or if that's really his.
No, he played it up. Yeah, played it up. He doesn't have that thick of a Boston accent.
Because that was ridiculous. He's also looking pretty buff.
He knows how to do it, so he's like obviously there around there. Do you ever see Ben Affleck? Do you ever see the tattoo that Ben Affleck has?
Oh man, zombie dust. This is not as good
it's a little hoppy
in the bottle as it is, ladies and gentlemen. So
it's a little different off the tap.
One of the best beers at a bar if you can find it. And this used to be a hard beer to come by. This used to be very difficult.
I think Three Floyds they started mass producing more, so they got more stuff out there.
Yeah, but zombie dust used to be one of those ones. If you found it, you drink it.
Yeah,
and now you can get it anywhere. And this is it's not as good in the bottle.
Speaking of Ben Affleck, though, have you ever seen Ben Affleck's back tattoo? Mm-hmm. Where he's the phoenix rising off the ashes.
It looks amazing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's special.
Pat, do you want a tramp stamp or a back tattoo?
No.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
I think I'd rather get like the Post Malone thing over my eye, like the writing on my eye.
Yeah, I don't get the whole face stuff. That's kind of weird.
I saw a guy at the gym today with a face thing. I'm like, oh, he's not getting a job anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is it different? Like, do you think that's even an issue?
I don't know yet. I mean, the guy. I feel like in certain jobs, yeah. Like, I think you.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to be a nurse and have a spider tattoo on your face.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think you. I think you like a corporate job, right? Like, you're not working for like Goldman Sachs.
Yeah,
but
like I mean, I guess I don't know.
I think there's like certain jobs. I think like what is it? Isn't like Michael's or like a Hobby Lobby? Like if you have visible tattoos, you got to cover up. Like you got.
I'm sure you can't have like sleeves. I think they're very religious. Hobby Lobby is. I think.
Yeah, so like you got to like certain places like you can't have like facial piercings or like show tattoos. You got to cover them all up.
What do you guys think of all the UFO stuff or the United States knocking all these balloons down?
I'm sure that we have balloons everywhere too.
I'm glad we didn't get into the balloon business.
I'm sure we have balloons. I'm sure that what's it called balloons too. I'm sure
the United States has a real issue with weather balloons.
Yeah, Chris had a really good joke. I forgot what it was, but it was spot on about balloons.
Yeah,
and yeah, I thought. I mean,
the world is so like economically like linked nowadays. Like you just have like China, like even if we don't agree, like they own half our shit and we buy it and we produce all, like we're so interlocked, like we can't go to war with them. Either one can't afford to go to war.
I was listening to Steve-O's podcast with his dad, and he was talking about how Steve-O should get out of the United States because of our debt, and I mean,
Steve-O's not going to live long enough to really be a concern.
Well, Steve-O, he's much healthier now. He's doing way healthier.
He did a lot of damage to his body.
He did do a lot of damage to his body.
All those guys kind of did.
And they're still doing damage. Yeah. Like Knoxville's brain's got to have CTE for sure. But no, what I was going to say is that he was talking about how like he should move to Canada. And it's crazy because there's two trains of thought. At some point, we're becoming less globalized, and you're going to be. It's more and more what you can produce is how powerful you're going to be.
I mean, the U.S. can produce food,
and that's it. The United States, where China, China will never be able to call because they can't feed their country. They import so much food, and there's no way they could. But here's the other thing: China is taking over Africa, doing a lot of, not taking over, but like working with them, giving them money, and has a lot of influence in those areas. So, they're never going to go anywhere. But they could never go to war.
But I mean, what's the first thing that happens if there's like a famine like that? You're going to shut the borders and you're not going to send that. Mexico's going to be like, sorry, we're not sending out our whatever that we make there.
Yeah, but you never know. China could talk.
I mean, the U.S. has fresh water and they have and we have food,
very good soil to grow crops.
I mean, we have the Great Lakes with Canada. Like we'd be like where else do you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought it was very interesting because he's like, hey, the debt, which is true, but you're right. Who's calling us on our debt? That's the thing. Like, nobody's going to call. Like, you could just say, hey, we're not paying these back. Yeah. That would mess up the markets for a long time.
It's never going to get paid back. I mean, it's like trillions and trillions of dollars, right?
Yeah, you got to figure out how you're going to handle that. But this is not this podcast for that.
You got to stop the bleeding at some point. So worse.
You guys want to have a little fun with this weekend? I don't know if you know this, Pat, but it's President's Day weekend.
I do know that.
The president.
Do you have Monday off?
Fuck no.
No? Excuse your language, buddy.
It's not in this America.
That's bullshit.
But that's crazy.
The CFO asked me on Friday if we have off. I'm like, no, but if you want to give it to me, I'm happy to take it.
the lady we work for, she just gave everybody the day off. So
what a sweetheart.
I love that. Man, I need to get Patsy to start just sending those emails out.
Instead of sitting looking at where the fox runs by, you can go.
Yeah,
you can look at a
possum. If you check out podcast SP on Instagram, you can see a lot of this.
So I get to look at a wall with you in the basement, huh?
All right, boys. You want to have some fun presidential quizzing here.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
You guys are gonna probably hate this. Let's start with who was the first American-born president?
The first American-born president is probably somewhere in the what's 76?
No, this is insane. I could be this. I hope this is right, but
Zachary Taylor.
No, Chris, you got to guess?
I was going to say Andrew Johnson.
No, Martin Van Buren, the 8th president of the United States.
That makes sense.
I think Zachary Taylor's later, 15-ish.
Who was the first president to attend baseball's opening day and throw the ceremonial first pitch?
Teddy Roosevelt.
I'm going to go FDR.
All right, I just got to get down there. I apologize. It would be William Howard Taft.
Damn.
I thought, Chris, what'd you say?
I said Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay. Said Teddy.
Good old William Howard Taft.
I think Taft was in between Roosevelt and FDR, so me and Pat, we were close.
I'm
trying to think when baseball was becoming popular.
This is interesting. Who was the first president to ride in a car to his inauguration? So you got to think early 1900s, boys. Right?
Yeah. I was going to say Teddy, but I don't think it's Teddy. So
probably after Teddy.
And then
not Taft. Would it be? I'm gonna go Taft.
Taft is a good guess.
Oh, come on, Chris. Think about World War I.
I'm trying to think who was the fucking goddamn president then.
Why do you have to swear?
Calvin Coolidge.
Nope.
Coolidge is a good guess.
Great guess. Not it though.
Who the hell is president then?
It wasn't Eisenhower.
Warren G.
Hardy.
All right. Give me one more, and then we'll get you out of here.
Wait, I want to give it right for a change. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, I can't do everything for you. I got a cool.
Oh, you got any of these right either, Peter? Who are you kidding?
All right, what are you talking about? I knew all these already.
Yeah, right.
Which president and his wife received a Siamese cat as a gift from the American Council of Bangkok?
Oh God!
It would have to be before Vietnam War. I'm guessing.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be wrong. Oh, yeah, there's no way you're going to know this one. I'll just give it to you. Ruther B. Hayes.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
We just want to say that. Me and Chris were sinking
I was going to say
brains.
Millard Fillmore, but...
Okay, this will be the last one, actually. Which president had turned down offers to play professional football?
Ronald Reagan.
That's a good guess. I'm thinking Henry Ford.
No.
Henry Ford?
No, sorry, not Henry Ford. What's the President Ford?
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford, sorry.
I'm going to go with Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh, I was right! When the president had turned down offers to play professional football, Gerald Ford, 30th president, attended the University of Michigan.
Good for him.
Great. You know what's crazy? You want to hear? There's been history and is being rewritten every day. It's crazy. In China, I think it's China. They found the site of like this old palace, and in the palace, it had 2,000 years ago. It had a running, flushing toilet.
Oh wow!
Indoor plumbing.
Where'd it go to?
So here's the problem. They can tell, like, they have like back in the day, they'd have like the huge pot at the top, and then you'd pull the thing, and the water come down, and it would flow out. That's kind of how the system that they had.
Man, that guy in Tennessee would have been disappointed that he couldn't have thought of that.
Like it's just, and then in Iran or Iraq? No, I think it's got to be Iraq because I don't think I don't think they will allow people in Iran. Iraq just found I think it was like 8,000 years ago, an old pub where it had their own style of refrigeration, which was they would dig deep into
the ground.
It'd be cold enough.
Yes, it'd be cold enough where they could.
Clever.
They have samples they had a beer recipe in a pot.
It's interesting considering that the religion of that area is not big on the drinking.
Well, no, I think every culture drank because that was the only way that they didn't get sick drinking water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the aqueducts in Rome are crazy. It's like, technology from back in the day is crazy how they came up with such so much things.
Yeah, so they had a huge oven. They could tell like where the cafe, like the tables, they'd have long tables. So it was like.
So you're saying it's the first late night bar? So you're trying to say.
That's what I'm like. How crazy is it? Like,
beer wants to go part of there.
And they had like spots where they would just throw the chicken bones and all the bones.
Where they're like drinks till 4, bar or grill open till 3.
You know, I think about how bad it had to smell back in the day.
Oh, it was probably awful.
Just had the bit.
But you got to imagine
nose blind.
You had to eventually be nose blind to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but just it's crazy how much we're learning about the past and like things we're just finding out
or changing the past. I read an article today about how like Ronald Dahl's books. I don't know if you read Ronald Dahl's were like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
You mean Roald?
Oh yeah, they're
like rewriting his lyrics to be less like offensive.
Yeah.
Oh really?
So instead of like saying like the Augustus Blank was this fat little kid with rolls shoving over there, like he was a large kid.
Porky kid.
Which is basically still the same thing. It's just not quite as mean, I guess.
Not as offensive,
I guess. Okay.
Stop messing with my childhood.
You
hated children, that guy?
Oh yeah, he absolutely did.
Yeah.
Well, it makes two of us.
Fun fact.
No, they were talking on the radio is they used to call the fat section for little kids Husky.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to the Husky session. Like, that's just mean. Hey, where do you shop?
I'm not fat. I'm just big bone.
Well, it's like big and Huskies, like some of the like small stores.
I got you some feel good stories here, boys, or at least maybe I'll give you one or two. So they surveyed 1,000 7-year-olds and found like how did they feel, like what's actually or adults 70 and older swear by these activities to keep them younger than their age.
Swimming's got to be one of them.
What you thinking, Pat? What you thinking?
Oh, the old people are laying pipe, man.
Oh, that's creepy. The survey of 1,000 people over 70 found the variety: diet, laughing daily, socializing with friends, even in an active sex life are what keeping them
nailed it. I thought we were
baby.
talking exercises.
Nailed it. They're getting the calisthenics in every morning.
Going out dancing, having a strong care routine, and keeping up with new technology and hanging out with young people kept them feeling young.
I do feel like the last part about like if you stay around people and you stay with technology, like someone like Dave Callis, an example, that like he's not the most tech savvy guy, but for someone his age, he's fairly tech savvy.
Yeah. I thought this was really cool. Michael Jordan donates $10 million to make a wish.
That was pretty cool.
On his 60th birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, MJ.
Cheers to the man, the myth, the legend.
The greatest of all time.
The
GOAT, baby.
The
one and only
stop
GOAT.
saying GOAT and just like listen. There's one guy. We just say he's a Michael Jordan. That's what we should.
Michael Jordan could have played. If he didn't go play baseball for a couple of years, he would have won 8 championships.
Chris told me this that he still does 100 Make-A-Wish foundations or Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, he's one of the most requested people.
Yep.
That's insane. He hasn't played for like 20 years.
I mean, if
people love him, baby.
If I was, I hope I'd never be in this situation, but I would ask Mike for MJ. Hell yeah.
Insane.
I'd be like, I want Michael to dunk on me.
He could probably walk over me. Even at 60, he could probably like no problem.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
I'd play around a golf with him.
That's not a bad one.
Because at least I would be, I'd still be way worse than him, but I'd at least be in the ballpark maybe of shots of him. Like on basketball, it'd just be a train wreck.
Do you think you guys could solo row 3,000 miles across the Atlantic
I mean, I'm definitely into deep rows, but
no. I don't think I can make it. I don't think I make it across the English Channel, let alone that.
An army of 10,000 women saved India's rare stork while giving each other a new identity. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Anything else? World's known lithium reserve up 40% after colossal discovery in India. It turns out 5.9 million tons, which is not great because we don't like. That's the worst stuff to mine.
We need to find some other places to mine cobalt because Congo's not so great.
Did you know there was like I think it was like a 8 or 9 year old who just graduated high school, like. It was an African American.
Jesus, what?
Did you see I saw there was an article about like some 17-year-old that was like that tracked all the people that say they're like super like into climate change, and he tracked all their flights, their private jet flights, and he like put them out.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Like that, yeah.
Like you know, I think it was like Gates, like Kardashian, other people that were like they're like you need to worry about the climate, and then they're like just killing it with like their planes.
Nice.
Gotta love that. And on that beautiful, well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for watching this beautiful podcast. I had a blast. Cheers, boys. Zombie dust. I'm ready for another banger. Let's go. Next week we're gonna have a fun one. I don't know where we're gonna do it, but it'll be. We'll hopefully have the whole team together. Who knows? We
don't know where we're gonna do it or when we're gonna do it.
Oh, we got high hopes for next week.
High hopes for next week, but we don't.
It's somebody's birthday. It's a spoiler.
But it'll be a good time. And so check us out on podcast or on Instagram and Twitter at Podcast SMP. You can email us at the SMPpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you again for the 3 subscribers who for the Super Bowl squares. Sorry you guys didn't win.
None of us won either. It makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I know. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit like, and give us some comments. Get us in the algorithm, boys, ladies, and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us here. Get us out of here, Chris.
The XFL is back. Bye.